So is your restoration business healthy or is it at risk? Did you know it can be sick and you don't even know it? Much like your blood pressure can get too high or it can get too low, your cholesterol can get too high, those are markers that can be very important for your health. Well, those same things exist for your restoration business. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to be unpacking 4 key numbers that you need to monitor in your restoration business. And if you don't hit these numbers, you could be getting very, very sick very, very quickly. Here's the deal. If you own a restoration company and you don't want to have a stroke or have a heart attack, then you don't want to miss this video. Let's go. All right, guys, so as we get started, go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button and drop a comment down below and let me know where you're tuning in from. So let's just go ahead and start unpacking this right from the top, okay? The first number is 3. 3 is what we're looking for first. 3 is 3 water damage jobs per week. That's what you want. If you don't have 3 water damage jobs per week coming in the door, then you need more water damage jobs. Now notice I said 3, not 8. Why did I say 3 instead of 8? Well, because if you're coming to me in the beginning, all right, you got to get 3 jobs before you can get 8 jobs, number one, but one guy can't go do 8 jobs. One guy can do 3 jobs. So you don't want twice as much work than you could do. One guy can easily do 3 water damage jobs per week, so you want to do that. You want to get him efficient. You want to utilize your asset. Keep your van working. Keep your guys working. 3 water damage jobs per week. Now, you'll also notice I said 3 water damage jobs. I didn't say 3 mold jobs. I didn't say 3 recon jobs. I didn't say 3 cleaning duct dryer jobs. You want water damage jobs, okay? Why? Because you can't finish 3 recon jobs in a week, okay? 3 mold jobs the mold jobs may not pay as much as the water. And even if they do, the labor is much higher on the mold jobs because you got thumbs in there doing the work, okay? Water damage jobs have your equipment on the site. Your equipment's doing the work, not your thumbs. That's what you want. You want your equipment working, not your thumbs. So we want water damage jobs, 3 per week, okay? And think of it this way. If you don't have 3 water damage jobs per week, your problem is you need more water damage jobs, okay? You don't need more shelving for your van. You don't need new software. You don't need to worry about your moisture logs or what software you're gonna be using. You need more water damage jobs. You don't need SOPs. You need water damage jobs. If you're not getting 3 water damage jobs a week on average, then you wanna focus on getting 3 water damage jobs on average. The next number we got is 6K, 6,000. You want $6,000 per job on your water damage jobs. That needs to be your average clean water damage job, okay? $6,000. The reality is this, if you're doing water damage jobs for 35, 45, or 5,500 bucks, you're probably not going to make it. You've got to be making more money than that. And I say 6 as the average. For me and my clients, we give our clients templates where they're billing $8,000 for a clean Cat 1. $8,000 for a clean Cat 1. I do the $6,000 thing because it's easy to do 6K. If you can't do that and you don't know how to do that, go to workwithshane.com, get on a call with us. We've got sample estimates and templates. We can get you those things, okay? But you need your average water damage job to be $6,000 per job. $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 is not going to cut it. Now, another thing would be this. If you're not doing $6,000 per job, then I can look at your numbers and be like, oh, well, how many $2,000 jobs do you have in there? And that's because you're doing a lot of 2K cash pays, all right? If you do too many $2,000 cash pays, it's gonna hold down your water damage claim number, right? So that will tell me if you're sick or not. If it's not at 6K, you might have a sales problem. And that's exactly what the problem is. If you're doing a bunch of water damage jobs for cash pays, that's telling me that you have a sales problem. You are not able to persuade and to get your client to file an insurance claim. Therefore, you're letting them pay cash out of pocket. You've got to learn how to persuade and lead the person to file the claim. When you do that, that's fixing your sales problem, number one. And I can promise you this, if you do a bunch of cash pays because you can't convert it to an insurance job, I can promise you this, you're also getting kicked off of jobs because you're unable to get the customer to let you begin the work without the adjuster looking at it. Or you're unable to stay on the job when the adjuster says, hey, I want you to use these guys instead. That will happen. And if you cannot convince that customer to keep you on the job, that is a sales problem, my friend, okay? And that starts showing up when I see your water damage job average too low. You need to be able to get your cash pays flipped over to water damage jobs. And think about it this way. If you are able to learn how to kick that thing over from a cash pay to an insurance job, you might be able to substitute a $2,000 job with a $10,000 job. That's an $8,000 swing, okay? And that all goes back from a sales thing. So if you're not hitting those numbers and you need to, go to workwithshane.com. We got to get you some sales training. You got to figure this out. 3 jobs a week, $6,000 a job. Now, another really cool thing is you guys may or may not know about what I teach as the 1-3-6 method, right? 1 job a week, 3 jobs a week, $6,000 a job. And the reason why we do that is this. What is 3 times 6? 18. $18,000 per week with WaterMid. $18,000 per week times 52 is just under $1 million per year per truck. $1 million per year per truck. One guy can easily set 3 jobs a week. We give you guys the sample estimates and templates to hit those numbers. All you got to do is get 3 jobs a week. And if you don't know how to do that, well, we help you with that too. Okay? Go to workwithshane.com. We can show you how to do more. Listen, that's it. That's the idea of it. My goal for you guys is to build a simple, easy water damage business that you can run, and like, it's a simple job. It doesn't have 10 different employees or 12 employees. We got 1 truck, maybe 2 guys in there, okay? 3 jobs. Like, this is not a lot of volume. This is helping you build a super simple, super profitable water damage restoration business. That's what I want for you. I think you want that too. Okay, so this brings us to our third number. The third number is 12. 12 water damage jobs per month. If you're not doing 12 water damage jobs per month, then you need to get more water damage jobs. Well, Shane, we already talked about 3 jobs per week. Yeah, but you're not always going to get 3 jobs per week. You're going to get 2 one week and 4 the next. It's going to move around. So you want to evaluate this at the 30-day mark, okay? And if you're getting under 12, you don't have enough, okay? Because a lot of guys, they may get 3 this week, none the week after, and then 3 or 4. Like, a lot, I just see a lot of companies, they'll do under 10 water damage jobs per month. A lot of companies don't break that 10, or they're right at 10. Like, there's the thing you got to kick over. 1 guy, 1 crew, 1 truck should easily be able to do 12 to 15 water damage jobs per month. Yes, you may get your outlier job that's a little bit bigger, but you're going to bring in some subcontract labor to help you out on those jobs, okay? You can bring in subcontract labor to help you out with the demo on those jobs when those things come in. You follow me? 12 jobs a month is what you need to be aiming for. So the last of the 4 markers is 60. That's $60,000 per month with water mitigation. You want to make sure that that is your new zero. No matter what happens, you want to do $60K per month with water damage jobs. So why does that matter? Because your average monthly burn on an 8 to 10 person company is probably going to be at $60K or lower. Like, you can fund your entire business off of $60,000 of water damage. Does that make sense? But the thing is this, if we're only talking about 1 technician and doing 3 jobs a week, why do you have 8 to 10 employees anyway, right? You don't need that many people. You got too many people at that point. So you grew doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, number 1. And if you do have that many people and you're not doing $60K per month of water, you know what you need to be doing. Getting more water damage jobs. And if you're doing 12 water damage jobs, okay, and you're not doing over $60K, I already know that your job average is too low. That's why you got to get these numbers up. Does that make sense? But you want to be able to pay for your monthly burn with your water damage mitigation money. 60K will get you that. Now, if we go back and look at $6,000 a job, 6 times 10, you could do 60K just with 10 jobs, right? So if you're going to be doing a 12 job average, you're going to be doing more than that, $72,000 a month, right? So here's the other thing. Now let's go back and look at the number of jobs. And so what does number of jobs and dollar amount have to do with one another? Well, the numbers can lie to you. They will tell you whatever it is that you want them to tell you. So you might say, well, yeah, we didn't average $6,000 a job, or we didn't average 12 jobs this month, but we still made 90K. That could be a really big problem. So here's how this looks. So let's say that you did $90,000 in January of 2025. That sounds great, right? Well, except the problem is this. You only did 3 water damage jobs. So when you're looking at your revenue says we're okay. We did 100K, we did 90K, whatever that is. But if you got 2 jobs that equaled $10,000 and you got 1 job that was $90,000, you are 1 phone call away from having a disastrous month. Okay, so the numbers will lie to you. And better yet, we always have ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs in restoration, right? So tell me if you've ever seen this. Drop a comment down below and let me know. Have you ever had a completely garbage month, but you get 1 phone call out on the 28th of the month, okay? And that 1 phone call is worth 80 grand, and suddenly January looks to be like it's a good month. We did $100,000. Or did you? Because actually, when do you do? So all of that revenue gets captured, or you claim it in January, okay? So January is a killer banger month, right? Wrong, because what's your February going to look like? way down in the dumps. Why? Because you're going to spend the first 2 to 3 weeks of February knocking out January's work. So the problem from February was really January. That's why these two numbers lie to each other. So you know what? I'm just changing this video, and this is going to be 5 key markers. So I'm about to give you another one. So we've got 3, 6, 12, and 60. Now the last marker, the last bit of information that I want to give you is this. It's 2. Stretch out your duration by 2. So if you are trying to measure how did we do this month in water damage, here's what I always tell everybody. Look at the last 60 days. So pretend a month is actually 2 months, okay? You have an up month and a down month. So if you got 100K in January and you got 30K in February, like, what was really going on there? So you want to average those things out. 130 divided by 2, so we're somewhere about $65,000 for the 2 months. Like, that's going to be a more accurate representation between the two. So the helpful benefit here that I want you to be able to hear, if you look at your ad spend per week, like for us, we spend a lot of money on Facebook ads and on Google ads and YouTube ads to grow our company Restoration Profits, right? Well, I always noticed that one week we would be killing it and the next week it would suck. And like, I don't know why Zuckerberg does that, and I don't know how that works, but it just goes up and down. We'll have one week where we're getting great leads. They're really cheap. The next week they're super expensive. But what I learned is this: if you quit looking at it weekly, it doesn't matter if you measure it daily, weekly, monthly, hourly, or quarterly. What I'm telling you is take whatever you measure it by and multiply that times 2. And you multiply the duration times 2, you get a wider data swap, okay? So you get a chance to see more data and you will get better information in there. So let's just think about this. In restoration, if you're up 1 month and down 1 month, okay, you're always going to get a different story. So if we measured 3 months, you're going to have 1 good month or 2 good months and 1 bad month. If you did it on a 2-month pulse, you're going to get a better average of what January and February were, and then you'll get a better number of what March and April would be. So the last little bit I'll share to you is this. Whenever you're trying to make decisions and you're looking at ad spend or return on revenue or anything like that, take the duration and stretch it on out by 2. Here's another thing that I found when I was doing that. I would use these internet lead providers, and like I would go through a season or a period where I would get just like garbage leads, and it was just really, really annoying. I was like, you know what, screw those guys. I'm done with them. I'm firing them. Like, I'm getting rid of them. And then I go pull the data report, okay? And guess what? We were always profitable. We would not lose money. So I felt like we weren't making money, but when I looked at the data far enough back, sure enough, we landed 1 or 2 $15,000 or $20,000 jobs that made it worth keeping the thing on. So like, you got to look at enough data. Does that make sense? So don't throw something away when you feel like it doesn't work. You want to make data-backed decisions. So you need to be able to track that data. And so here's the last bit of information, not related to any of that, but I have an ADD moment, so here it is. You want to have complete and proper attribution on everything that you do. So with our clients, we have a software Flowmation that we give our clients, and we create tracking numbers. And I'm telling you, you need to be, and we build an intake form for you, for our clients, so they recognize where every single call, every single job comes from. It gets registered every single time, and you cannot submit the form to kick off the job in the system otherwise, okay? You guys need to have perfectly clear attribution where everything is coming from. Every single call, every single source, every single time. That only happens if and only if you use a custom intake form. If you're using a typical job software, I don't care whichever one you're using, it doesn't matter to me. They're not using a true intake form. You're just entering data right in the system. I will 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, tell you that your team and your employees are capturing incomplete information and garbage data is in your system. You have to have a customer intake form with mandatory fields that they cannot submit or move any further until that happens. And you've got to track the proper pieces of information. I'll do that on another video on another day. But hopefully that was helpful for you guys. 3 jobs a week, $6,000 a job, 12 jobs a month, $60,000 a month. Measure out your durations by 2. If that was helpful, do me a favor, go to social media and share this somewhere on Facebook, okay? Tag me, let me see it. Helps the channel grow too. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys. If you want me to help you grow your restoration company, you know what to do. Go to workwithshane.com. We'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys enjoyed that video, I've got 3 things for you. First off, there's a couple of other videos somewhere on the screen. You can click those now to go watch more content about growing your restoration company. Number 2, if you haven't already subscribed, click my face below and that will subscribe you to the channel. And finally, if you would like for me to help you grow your restoration company, go to workwithshane.com, put in your information, and let's get on a 15-minute call. We'll see you then.